Hey guys, and welcome to my Tomb Raider class guide. In this guide, I will be going over the Tomb Raider's abilities, along with its best stats, ally, flask, and emblems. The Tomb Raider's passive is called Soul Caller, and it periodically attracts a restless soul up to a maximum of 3. Additionally, slaying enemies attracts a restless soul. Basic attacks return a small amount of damage done as health. This ability attracts souls every 8 seconds, only to be bypassed by killing an enemy. The Tomb Raider's right click is called Bone Barrage, and you throw a restless soul, consuming it and spawning a skeletal minion where it lands. Minions will fight for you for a short while. They have a 0.75 times damage coefficient, last 15 seconds, and deal 1 attack per second. You can only have a maximum of 6 minions at once. The Tomb Raider's number 1 is called Banshee's Boon, and it turns you into a ghost. While in ghost form, you take 90% less damage, and your primary attack affects all enemies and minions around you. Ghost form rapidly depletes your energy and ends when energy reaches 0. It has a 1 times damage coefficient and heals 5% HP each hit. You want to make sure that you're keeping this up as soon as you reach max energy to avoid any downtime and overcapping of energy. The Tomb Raider is almost entirely revolved around this ability. The Tomb Raider class gem alters its number 1 by making Banshee's Boon no longer swap your basic attack. Instead, it spawns a Banshee minion that heals all of your other nearby minions. It was recently changed to continue to keep the effects of the original Banshee's Boon. The Banshee has a 1.25 times damage coefficient and deals 0.75 attacks per second for 16 seconds. You can only have 1 at a time, but considering it just adds to the Banshee effect that you already use with your number 1, you honestly don't need to worry about the Banshee spawn as much as you do Banshee's Boon itself. The Tomb Raider's ultimate is called Grave Goliath, and you sacrifice all your active minions to summon a Grave Goliath. The more minions sacrificed, the stronger the Grave Goliath is. It has an 8-second cooldown and has 6 levels, considering you can only have 6 minions. A level 1 Goliath has a 1 times damage coefficient, deals 0.75 attacks a second, and lasts 10 seconds. It also has a slam that deals 3 times its normal hit, and deals about 0.375 attacks a second. This is in addition to your base hit, so just keep in mind that every third swing is going to be a slam, assuming the AI plays perfectly. Every level adds 0.75 times more damage and 5 seconds to its previous level. Once again, keep in mind, the slam will always deal 3 times more damage than its base swing, so considering you should only use this with 6 minions up, a level 6 Goliath has 5.5 times damage for 40 seconds, and its slam has a 16.5 times damage coefficient. Also keep in mind, you can spawn more minions after you bring up your Goliath, so in total you can have 1 Goliath, 6 minions, and 1 Banshee up all at once. Moving on to the Tomb Raider's equipment, the best stats for the Tomb Raider's weapon are critical damage, critical hit, and energy regen. The best stats for the Tomb Raider's face are critical damage, magic damage, and movement speed. The best stats for the Tomb Raider's hat are critical damage, percentage HP, and movement speed. The best stats for the Tomb Raider's ring are magic damage and energy regen. And finally, the best stats for the Tomb Raider's gems are magic damage, critical hit, and critical damage, with 2 gems replacing a DPS stat for percentage HP, and 4 gems replacing a DPS stat with maximum health. Just make sure to split which DPS stats you replace, and to not replace 6 critical hit rolls, for example. If farming Uber Worlds, you can swap your weapon's third stat to jump, and your hat's third stat to magic find, along with your ring. Attack speed on the Tomb Raider is completely useless, as it is by default capped. Moving on to the Tomb Raider's ally, the best ally is the Prefect Penguin, and finally the best Flask and Emblems are Chaos Vial, Sure Strike Emblem, and Arcane Emblem. If you are above 90% critical hit, you'll swap Chaos Vial to Vial of Minion Multiplication, and Sure Strike for Evil Eye Emblem. If you are farming Uber Worlds, you can swap to Conjurer's Vial. That's going to be it for this video. If you guys enjoyed it, make sure to give it a like, as well as check out the many videos and playlists that are on the screen right now. I'll see you guys next time.